Hello there, and welcome to the Not Worth Podcast version 2, because the first one is my shame now and will exist on YouTube forever. And hopefully this one will be better. And it's audio only, which makes it a hell of a lot easier for me to edit. So now, introducing my I am Edgar Guzman, and introducing my lovely guests for the first episode. Pointing at him.
I'm a lovely guest.
Get close to the mic.
I'm a lovely guest.
You are a lovely guest. What's your name now?
Jackson Hoyle.
Okay. This is my roommate and friends in 6th grade. He sucks. And introducing other guest.
I am the loveliest guest, and I am Anna Rose.
Did I have to do my last name?
Not really.
Wow.
But now you did, so now your last name exists on the internet forever.
I don't want that.
Well, it's too bad. Also, everyone knows what you look like because there's like 5 videos on the Not Worth channel and that are just of you, and you're in the thumbnail for most of them.
That's true. I've seen them.
I'm going to just lean into it then.
I mean, Jackson's core workout. Okay. Because this is a horrible, horrible podcast that we're making.
Awful.
It is pretty awful. Jackson, how have you been?
Oh, I've been really good.
Have you?
Yeah.
Even though I live with you and should know this, but I don't.
You should. I don't know. I got a cat.
You gotta get a cat. You got another cat.
My cat.
You want to explain what happened to first cat?
No, we don't. Don't
Well, that
put us
makes
on
it
the
sound
spot.
like it died.
Don't put us on the spot here, Edgar. We weren't
That's the
prepared.
entire point of this.
It's not dead. She's happy somewhere. She could be dead.
Kind of the point is
The cat
we
is
don't know.
potentially dead.
Will the Kansas Humane Society be listening to this?
Probably not. Hopefully not.
Good.
Its days are numbered.
Oh my god.
Okay, enough with dead cats.
Yeah.
So now we're going to get onto the main point of this podcast, and it'll mainly just involve me and Jackson, because Anna hates this topic
I'm
with
excited.
a burning passion. Okay, so when did Fight Powers come up?
Oh, God.
Was that back like junior year?
You and
Was
your
it painting?
fight powers was, yeah.
It was painting. So that was 3 years ago
Mm-hmm.
in Mr. Proctor's painting class. Was the creation of what I think is not the best superpower, but probably the funnest superpower.
More super.
No. I'm not saying it's the best. I'm saying it's the funnest. And that would be the fight power. Essentially what fight power is there's a lot of caveats to it. So the first one is, the first caveat is I have to visibly see the person. Second, I'm just going to go down the list. I have to see the person. They have to audibly hear me say the words, fight, fight, fight. And once they do, they're teleported with someone else, and it's always 2 or more people. They're teleported into a pocket dimension where they have to fight to the death, and only the winner can come back out, and the other person's just dead.
That is true.
And it is the world's fairest fight. If you have glasses, your vision is fixed temporarily for the fight. Everyone has like cups that cannot be taken off. People. The weirdest part is that people are naked because clothes can be very much used for cheating. But it is the world's fairest fight. And you have to fight to the death.
I just realized, like, I do not mean to interrupt.
No, you mean
But a
fine,
cup
I'm
that you
finished.
can't take off sounds horrible.
I mean, it'll only be in there as long as you fight to death. Also, the last part is you must fight to the death. That is the only way to get out. If you just decide with the other person's like, look, I'm not going to kill you, both of you are just going to stay in there and starve.
True.
Mm-hmm.
How about with multiple? Can it do more than 2?
It can do more than 2 people. It can do... I like how you segued into this, Jackson. Thank you. It can do as many people as I feel like, but always at least 2. And only the last survivor will get to escape and come back to the real world. And when they come back, no time will have passed. It'll be literally, they disappear for less than a second, and then they're back. Fully as they were, except they just killed who knows how many people. And it does not affect the blind, because if they go from being blind to having vision, they're still not going to have a fair fight.
That'd be pretty...
And it does not affect the deaf, because they can't hear me say fight, fight, fight.
True.
Now, Jackson, you want to introduce your superpower?
Okay. Here we go.
Anna's pretty much just here to sigh.
The real best superpower. Okay?
The voice
Get
I
of
this.
never said mine
audience.
was the best.
So, my superpower would be a gift from like the snake gods. Okay, so get it. You wake up one morning and you feel it in your bones. You're like, what? What's this? And you just slowly come upon the realization that anything you point at will become a snake.
It's
Bam.
the cheapest superpower because
Snake Lord power.
you gave yourself no limitations with this.
No. Watch this. Snake Lord power. Okay? All you have to do is see someone. They just have to be in your vision.
Field of vision.
Yeah, you have to be able to see them. So I guess
Which
it
is
wouldn't
at
work.
least better than your old thing where it's like, I just have to think of them and they're a snake.
Yeah, well, you got to limit these things a little bit.
You barely limited your thing.
No, I did.
No, you didn't.
Because you have to see them. That's hard to do. What if you're blind? What if you're bad at seeing? What if...
If you're blind, your power is useless.
Anyway, you see them, right? And you just have to think, I want them to be a snake. Snake. Boom. Just like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
And what is about you turning the sun into a
right,
snake?
so here's my plan. When this happens, when I am gifted with these abilities from above, first thing I'm going to do is kill my friends. Because you, Edgar, I know you said you'd try to kill me before I could take over the world.
No, that is not what I said. You asked me the day you came
That's
up with
right.
this, Edgar, if I had snake powers, would you worship me?
And what'd you say, Edgar?
I said no
And that is
because
why I'd
I'm
kill you.
religious.
That is why I'd kill you right there.
And you killed me because of religious persecution.
If you can't worship the true God standing right in front of you, I'm going to turn you into a snake and I'm going to crush your little snake windpipe. Okay?
And this is why I would kill you before you get your snake powers, because you've told me you just come up to me and grin.
Then do it now. Then kill me now.
Okay, I'll kill you.
Yeah,
now.
why haven't we killed him yet?
I've been trying to convince your cat to kill him.
I mean,
It's a slow process, but it'll work eventually.
It won't.
It'll
But
work.
anyway. So, first thing, kill my friends. Probably kill my family. Wouldn't be crazy about it, but some things have to happen. They can't tell the police. I'd kill you also, Anna.
why?
Because unless you worshipped me.
I mean, last time we had this awful conversation, you said you'd spare me.
You said
Would you worship me?
No, you said you would spare her as like the only person that you would spare and not kill in this situation.
I'd spare her until she worshipped me. No, as long as she worshipped me. And then I'd, have to...
Wait. Can I be a snake, but you just don't kill me?
Yeah. You'd like that.
I like that.
Okay. But anyway,
Super
after
snake.
I kill everyone in the way, first thing I do, because I know that I will still be mortal, I will still die one day, but I need my legacy to live on. And I'm horrified that like the government will kill me before
The
I can.
government will definitely kill
Yeah,
you.
so I got to do something big before they can get me, right? Here's my thing. Go outside, point at the sun, give it a big old grin, and then turn the sun into a snake. And I've done a lot of research. About this, okay? If the sun were to suddenly just go out, like turn into a snake, a huge snake in the space, which is awesome.
Except for the fact that it'll probably charge towards the planets.
We wouldn't know, like we wouldn't see it because of the light and everything. We wouldn't see it until like a year later, but temperature would drop extremely, and it would basically turn the entire Earth into like a wasteland of frozen tundra. Like all the animals and plants would die. We could live if we were underwater or in geothermal huts.
Which the entire world is not going to come together to stop you.
I'd tell them. I'd be their god. I'd say, hey, I ended the world. I'll put it back together again. And if they kill me, they're screwed because I won't tell them what to do.
I mean, you can't reverse your snake thing.
No, I can't. That's the great thing is that no matter what happens, if I die, I still won in a way.
Okay, but just because you ended the world doesn't mean you know how to fix it.
Oh, I don't need to fix it. I just
His
make,
entire
like,
point, he's going for the very awful terrorist mentality.
Yeah.
Whereas I've done something horrible, I will live on in infamy.
I'm immortal. If I turn the sun into a snake,
I'd just like to point
I
out.
would have killed like everyone.
I'd like to point out with my fight powers, they literally cause people to die. But I said that how I would use them is I would find as many ISIS members as possible and all send them in there, and only one would come back. That is how I would use my horrible, horrible powers. Jackson wants
It's not big enough.
to enslave the planet and kill us all.
Not enslave.
You would essentially be enslaving people because anyone
Kinda.
who wouldn't listen to you, you turn into
Oh.
a snake and kill.
No,
You
yeah.
also said You forgot this point. You said after you kill all your friends, which would be me, that you would kill our families.
I did say I'd kill. And I still will. I still will kill your families. Because think about it. I mean, if their son dies, they're going to be like, well, it's probably Jackson. So
He's the only other freak I live with.
so I'm gonna have to kill him. I won't be happy
at him.
about it. This is my burden, Edgar.
How is this a burden? You have the choice not to use your snake powers
It's not
to
like
kill
I'd be
the
happy-
world.
No, I don't.
Yes,
no,
you do.
I don't.
You know how many people I could kill with my fight powers, and I'm trying to use them for good?
I'm as stuck in this as you are. My hands are tied with little snake handcuffs.
Hands aren't stuck in anything. You just want to turn the sun into a giant snake.
Yes.
Okay, but wait. When you turn people into snakes, do they still have their consciousness?
No.
Or are they just like a
Just the mind of
mundane
a snake. Yeah. But
I'll bite you.
it's different. And a weakness when I have to see them too, I could be bit by a snake.
Okay, but are they all the same kind of snake, or is it just a random?
I think
breed?
he said that he could choose whatever type of snake they were, so he just
Yeah.
turned everyone into garden snakes.
Oh,
Yeah. See,
Which
that'd be
also means,
adorable.
but also that means his entire thing is like, oh, I could be bitten by a snake. He'd be bitten by a garden
Garden-
snake. That wouldn't do crap.
much.
Well, it would hurt. It wouldn't be fun.
Wow.
But yeah, basically, that is the best power.
No, it's not.
And I think what we're arguing right now
Is which one would win in
is
a fight?
which one would win. And I'm really interested to see if you actually think you have any chance against Snake Lord powers.
You forget the entire point of what I have dubbed the fight zone, which is part of the fight power, that pocket dimension. That pocket dimension is specifically created to make the world's fairest fight.
If you can get me in it.
Yeah, I know.
Hiss.
But you also, the moment you look at me, because I know you, and you've said this before, you want me to see your face when you turn me into
I
a
do.
snake.
Oh, yeah.
The moment I'm just doing something normal and you just have this, I'll just like,
You won't know I have it. You'll
Well,
be
it's
a
like-
snake before you can even think about it.
no, you want me to see your face.
Oh, I want to have like a gloating moment. But I'm not going to tell you I have my powers. I'm just going to smile and you'll be like, hey, what's up? And then I'll just smile again. And then, boom,
Okay, let's correct that. I would not say, hey, what's up? I'd say, yo.
fine. You'd be like, yo. And then I'd be like, boom.
And then you'd be like, "Oh, frick."
Yeah.
I'd say that in a snake voice. But here's the thing. The moment I even get any inkling of like, Jackson's been in the room for too long and I've heard a lot of hissing, I'm just going to start.
Where's Hannah?
Yeah, I'm just going to start looking at like any moment for me to just like in the middle of the night, you crack your door open and then just shout at you, fight, fight, fight. We send us both in there because I can take you on in a like hand-to-hand fight.
Well, we gotta set the meeting thing. Are we assuming we both know we have the power?
Yes.
And we're like, where are we? Like in a place where we're like next to each other maybe?
I'm assuming we're just in the apartment. We both know we have these powers and we're just going to try and figure out how to kill each other first.
So you're literally saying that you think you could say fight, fight, fight 3 whole words before I could think about you being a snake?
Here's the thing. We are each in our rooms. You have to get into my room. You have to, as you said, you have to
I just
see
have
me.
to hear it. What if I just cover my ears?
You still have to see me. I can just barricade myself in my room.
Oh.
Yeah.
What if I just see you and cover my ears? I just
What?
come in there and cover my ears.
You'd have to get into my room, which is barricaded. All I have to do for you is you just have to hear me and I have to see you.
All I have to do is see you, though. I don't even have to hear you.
But I know. But the thing is, here's the standstill. We both have to get to a point where the other person no longer has the ability to barricade the room.
I guess. Fine.
And the entire point of us trying to get to the actual fight would be the first person who sees the other.
Yeah.
In your case, if you see me, I'm screwed.
Unless I like tear my ears out.
You can still hear.
If I tear my ears out.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, there's a go around. If you made yourself deaf,
Yeah.
you'd be exempt.
Stick pencils up in there.
Eh,
If you stick pencils up your ear, I feel like you die of blood loss before you could
Well.
get to me.
yeah, just be smart about how you make yourself deaf, and you'll be fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Are you helping him? You know he wants to kill all of us.
The thing is, I don't think we could really even compare these two because they're so different. It just depends who got there first. You know?
That's a good point.
She does have a really good
Well,
point.
which power is better than maybe is what? Because if we're using them against each other, another good question, if we're using them against each other, would my snake powers work in your
No.
pocket dimension?
No.
Why not?
The entire point of the pocket dimension is to be the world's fairest fight.
I guess it is another dimension.
It is
because
another
since-
dimension that has my own rules set in place of them. One of
Yeah.
them is this is the world's fairest fight. You cannot cheat in this thing. People will have boxing gloves just stuck on their hands.
Yeah,
So people can't gouge each other's eyes out. Because that's what he'd do.
that is the first thing I do. Well, yeah. If I didn't have snake powers, first thing I actually helped shape a lot of these rules you put in place.
You did, because it used to be so... Fight powers used to be way more overpowered.
Yeah, because I told him the first thing I do is I punch you in the junk. But then he put on the immortal cup,
Yes.
which is still
Which
horrifying.
apply to all genders.
Yeah, and then I said I'd go for the eyes, but I guess that's okay. You can't cover someone's eyes.
No.
Cover their hands.
Yeah. Boxing
Oh, with
gloves.
boxing gloves.
Yeah,
darn.
boxing gloves.
Okay, good point. Touche.
Yeah. So literally the only way to get out of the fight zone is to essentially punch the other person to death.
Oh my god. Or kick.
Or kick.
You
Stomp
could
on
bite
them.
their throat out.
You
Probably.
could. You
Oof.
could.
My favorite part. Did you talk about the tutorial video when you get in there?
I have not talked about the
It's like
tutorial
my
video.
favorite part.
Okay. So, tutorial video. This is all based around the fact that we all have gone to a place in Olathe called Advanced Laser Tag.
Mhm.
And it's surprisingly probably the best laser tag place I've still
Really
been to.
nice.
And it's not that bad. It's like $8 a game?
6.
$6 a game?
Six.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay, yeah, we need to go there more often.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's only a 3-hour drive.
I mean, yeah.
Worth.
See? Jackson's with me.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the tutorial video. So, when you go to Advanced Laser Tag in Olathe, Kansas, not sponsored, you go into a black room
Mhm.
that has black lights, and there's just a single TV screen in there that's I think 6 feet, 7
Yeah.
feet above the ground, and it just shows this really cheesy tutorial video about this is how you play laser tag.
Exactly like that.
That's
It's
what it
exactly
sounds
like that. And essentially, whenever you get sent into the fight zone, everyone would get the exact same style of introduction video. It's like, hey, this is why you're here. You've essentially been screwed over by some random dude who wants you to fight to the death. And it explained the rules such as there is no cheating in here. You essentially have to kill the other person to escape. If you both choose not to kill each other, you both stay in here and starve.
That is what I really like. Is just how totally fair it is.
That's the entire
Like you
point
get
of
a
it.
tutorial video, all the advantages are taken away, except like physical strength and
Yeah, well, I mean, that's
yeah,
the fairest. Physical strength can't be diluted.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, if I put
them.
you in there with who's someone really strong? The Rock.
Ugh.
The Rock
Ooh.
would. I feel like The Rock would just flick you and you'd just be gone.
And we don't have clothes either, do we?
No.
So he'd just be The Rock with only a metal cup on, walking at me with a death glare.
With the eyebrow up.
Oh my god! It's like I'm sorry. I gotta get
I
home.
just have the image of The Rock choke slamming you to death.
Oh,
I just
God.
have an image of him naked with just a cup with the eyebrow thing.
Oh.
Just stomping towards you.
So yeah, that's why my power would win, because I could pit The Rock against you and we'd get that glorious.
That's
sight.
if you can get me in there before I turn you into a snake.
Yeah,
I'd like to point out, if I wasn't in your pocket dimension and I was just on Earth or anywhere, I guess in this
Oh
dimension.
no! If I don't get you in the pocket dimension, I'm screwed.
If I was fighting the Rock in this dimension, he'd be a snake.
Except I
We'd
feel
have
like.
to call him the Hiss.
Well, here's the thing. No, here's the thing. If you didn't have control over what snake you would turn into, The Rock would turn into a freaking boa constrictor and probably strangle you.
Yeah. That's why I can choose.
Yeah,
But if you want, we could disadvantage you with that.
I mean,
I'm
you
feeling
have
generous.
barely no disadvantages
Okay,
to your
boom.
stupid
Yeah.
snake
Fine, I
power.
can't choose what
Even
the snake
Anna
is.
agrees.
I
Thank
can't
you.
choose. It could be poisonous, and I could
There's
accidentally.
no such thing as a poisonous snake.
Jeez,
Yeah,
you got a
there
point.
are. Yeah,
Venomous,
there
you fool.
Venomous.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Poison is
Ingested.
topical.
And it has to be ingested.
Venom is injected.
Well,
Just got out science,
you're both
nerd.
nerds. I don't need to understand the snakes. I just need to turn them into.
And see,
more
you not
snakes.
understanding the snakes will lead to your
No,
downfall.
it won't.
It
Yes, it will.
Mm-mm.
Remember, I'm thinking all snakes are poisonous. That's your problem.
Here's my other idea. Once I talked about this briefly, but this is one of my favorite parts. Once I get the powers, after I do the sun thing, I'm gonna go to like a lab or something, like a hospital where they treat
You've
snake
never
bites.
explained this.
I have.
I-
You'll recognize it here in a bit.
Oh God.
And I'm going to rob them and get like ammo belts
just
full of
anti-venom?
anti-venom for every snake in the world. And maybe I'll like threaten some scientist to like make me an apparatus that pumps it directly into my blood, depending on when I get bit, so I can just like push the button on the particular anti-venom and it'll pump it into me like Bane, like with tubes.
Which vein? Which vein?
All the Banes with
I
the
mean,
tubes.
I mean, Tom Hardy didn't have the tubes. He just had like he couldn't breathe for some
Tom
reason.
Hardy.
Dark Knight Rises.
You
Oh.
still know who Tom Hardy
Tom
is?
Hardy. Is that the same guy who is Venom?
Yes.
Well, we're tie back to Venom.
And he's Mad Max.
He is Mad Max. I still need
Oh.
to watch that though.
Yeah, you
I like
do.
his
I
voice
know
and
I
his
do.
face.
Okay.
Anyway, maybe I'd spare him,
Tom Hardy?
Tom Hardy. When
Okay, so you're going to kill me, but spare Tom
You're
Hardy?
gonna kill
Yeah.
me because of my religion
Yeah.
and spare Tom
Yes,
Hardy.
well, it's not because of your religion.
No, we essentially boiled
No, no,
down.
no, no, no.
No,
It's because of the absence of mine.
no, we boiled this down to the bare bones when we originally had this discussion. I would not worship you because I already worship a god. And you'd be like, well, that sucks for you. I'm going to kill you, which is essentially religious persecution.
But would your God care when you're a snake? When you're a snake.
Yeah. Okay. We're all laughing now because we have running audio. Miss Reagan. I can't say your name right now. Last name. Her name is Reagan. She was very nice and offered to help us. And she also,
Her mistake.
I apologize for this, but she had, during that entire ordeal, yelled yes to the God caring about me while I'm a snake. And you literally said you just crushed my snake throat.
Oh, instantly. Would you go to snake heaven or human heaven is the question.
That gets into a lot of
Yeah, it
weird
does.
stuff.
I'm not even going to get in on that.
No, please don't.
That's why if you just pledge your loyalty to the Snake Lord,
I
will
pledge my.
spare you.
This is why I'm trying to convince the cat to kill you.
I support that.
That
now.
cat
See,
could
yes.
be a snake. I don't.
So what? You won't. Here's the thing. You can't read the cat. It's a freaking cat. One day you'll just be sleeping and the cat's just gonna come up you and then just start scratching away at your neck.
Not if I have Snake Lord powers. Look, I don't
How
think
is it-
I don't
okay,
think you get
the cat's
how
not gonna care about your Snake Lord powers.
this is the most powerful thing.
Yeah, and that's why we were that's why you yelled about this for 2 hours. Is because your Snake Lord power has literally no disadvantage.
No disadvantage. Well, no, you have to see them. Okay, that's
Yeah, you
similar
added
to
that.
yours.
No, you added that in after that 2-hour discussion.
Yours is like, oh, blind people and deaf people can't, be affected by it. It's like, well, do you think like the blind and deaf like association are gonna come after you en masse? You think they're gonna like tear down your door and be like, hey, we're putting an end to this?
No, I think they'd be happy. It's like, oh, he considered the fact that no matter what, we'd be at a disadvantage in his pocket dimension.
Well, yeah.
Why would they hate me for that?
Okay, we have similar disadvantages. Similar disadvantages.
Yeah, Anna, listen to this. Listen to Jackson's disadvantages and tell them if they seem like good disadvantages.
I have to see them.
Mm-hmm.
I can be bit by a snake.
Is that it?
I'm also just a mortal man. Squishy.
I mean, Edgar's does seem more fair.
Thank you.
Just because they have to see and hear him.
Well, and
The fact that once you are in there, you still have to physically fight the person.
I guess you can still get out, but like even if they win, you could just take them in with someone else.
Well, and he's not going to be stupid about it. You're planning on killing everyone.
And I guess
You want to kill everyone,
what is
and
a
I want to put an
disadvantage?
end to ISIS. Who is in the right here?
If there's only one person you're trying to kill, and you're the only one in the room with them, then you'd have to put yourself in with them.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
If they kill me, that's the end of the fight power. They
wow.
they
Well,
escape.
I could just get bit by a snake and then I'm dead. Like, it's that easy.
Yeah, except you just have to see the person. You could literally just
And
have a
think
pair
it.
of binoculars and it's like, I see him. There's a snake now.
Yeah. I don't see the problem with that.
I mean, besides the fact that you can be at any distance and not have to deal
A
with
lot
a
of
snake.
superpowers are overpowered. A lot of superpowers. Superman's overpowered,
Yeah, but people don't really like Superman.
even though he has kryptonite, I guess.
Yeah.
My kryptonite is snakes. It's kind of like a
Also,
nice...
I'm getting a message from the broadcast. Reagan says Superman is not overpowered.
Superman's...
No? He is? Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
understand. You just looked at me and shook your head.
Yeah,
Oh,
no one
Reagan
likes
doesn't like him. Okay, so yeah, no one likes Superman because he's overpowered
Yeah,
and a
hate him.
cheap character. Also,
he
look
is.
at the last 3 DC movies.
Oh, hate him. Now, if they made movies about Snake Lord...
Those would be even
Ah.
worse.
yeah, those would be
No.
worse. No, those would be Michael Bay B movies.
Well, that's,
And
that's
everyone
my
would-
director. I've already decided.
Michael Bay
Yes.
directing the Snake Lord.
You
Yes.
see a snake and then it blows up. The end.
No.
I'd watch that. I'd give Michael Bay my money just to see a snake blowing up with fireworks.
Well, I would too.
Yeah, see.
But I think if we're talking, no, I'd say ours are pretty evenly matched if we're fighting like other people that aren't each other.
Yeah, if we're not fighting each other, because you have the advantage of you just see me and I'm gone.
Someone could come up behind me, I could get sniped. As soon as the government figures out about me, I'm gone.
Pretty much.
So,
My entire thing was to try and stop you before you could kill a whole mass of people.
I'd kill the entire planet,
Ex-
hence the sun. Yeah. So, yeah. If I didn't make it clear, I can turn inanimate objects into snakes too. That helps.
I mean, I feel like that was pointed out when you said you could turn the sun into a snake.
I still think it's a
That's-
bit overkill that you can turn the sun into
Yeah.
a snake. There
How?
should be some sort of range.
Why?
Because I'm limited by how audible I am, and I'm already not a loud person.
Just yell.
And that's
Dude,
subjective.
I don't like yelling.
I don't have great eyesight.
Everyone can see the freaking sun unless it's cloudy.
Yeah, well, what if it's night? Wait, oh shoot, isn't the sun still there? You just can't see it? I feel discriminated against.
Yeah, that's it. You're right.
The sun's always there,
That's
man.
not
It
it.
just
I was-
turns out.
I was
Hides.
thinking.
It's hiding behind the moon.
I was thinking, because it's the light of the sun hits the moon. That's what I was thinking.
No, the sun's there, Ben.
No,
You're
it's
totally
not.
right.
I get
No,
it now.
This laughter is the laughter of approval.
No, see.
You should try go to the sun. Just do it when it's at night.
No.
Just turn the sun into a snake at night. It'll all be good.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
You know, I thought you were gonna have some awesome revelation. Being it's like I could turn the moon into the snake, and no, it's just the sun turns. The sun's not always there, right?
moon isn't important enough.
It's still the moon. It's closer.
Plus, just then imagine this, like a frozen ice world. The few people left live like underwater where it's actually warm enough to
No
live.
one wants that.
They go up to the surface, look in the sky, giant dead snake in the sky. How awesome does that sound?
Not awesome.
Not awesome, considering that most
Really
of the
awesome.
population would be dead.
No, that's the cool part.
No, how is that the cool
That's
part?
the cool part.
No, that is not the killing billions of people. That's cool, kids.
I'd say so. If you can do it in a cool way.
I mean, okay.
You'd kill people too. Where's their fair trial? Huh? Neither of us have fair abilities.
Okay, one, again, I would use my power to kill ISIS. You would turn the snake. You would turn the sun into a snake.
What if they just hired a janitor that day and he's like, "Oh, look at me at this ISIS meeting," and then
Okay, I feel like if ISIS hired a janitor, the janitor knows what he's getting himself into.
no, what if he's like, "ISIS, that's some kind of cracker brand making crackers."
I don't think that's how their hiring process.
Yeah, no.
I bet it is.
No, it's not. I feel like you got a way different understanding of what ISIS is compared to what everyone else does.
You know, neither of us have fair trial. You're trying to take the high and mighty game because yours is all like has cups and stuff. But mine,
No, mine is the world's fairest fight. That is the entire point of it.
well, snakes don't need cups.
No, but you would also turn the sun into a snake.
Which
That's
is
my main
fair,
point of
because people are gonna kill me. I'm gonna be a target, and so I might as well get them before they get me.
Or just don't use your power at all.
Yeah.
No, that's awful. I mean, why was I given it if
Or
not
just
to
use
use
it
it?
on a rock and make yourself a pet snake. The end.
That's a better
No.
way to use it. Here's the thing. Let's all have it pointed out. My power is probably one of the worst things that would probably be given to any human being.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah,
It's literally, I can send an innumerate amount of people in so that most of them, all but one, die.
They have to slaughter each other with their bare hands.
Pretty much.
I mean, that's awful.
And I'm
And
going
you have
use
to kill someone to win, right?
Yes. If they decide we're not going to fight, they all just starve in there.
Yeah, no one leaves.
And I'm going to use it to end ISIS. You, by your story, have been blessed by the gods with the ability to turn anything into a freaking snake.
Yeah.
Your first thing, kill the planet.
But then I
Dude.
remake the planet in my image. So
By freezing
If
it over.
There's
Dude,
no sun. You can't. remake-
underwater or geothermal. They have geothermal homes in
Who's gonna listen to you?
Switzerland, I think, maybe, but
I'd
maybe
rather
so
not.
the Swiss will live.
I don't fact. I don't.
Yeah, don't believe
Somewhere
anything
with an
Jackson.
S, I think, in it, in the name.
You just shouldn't talk.
Also, dude, how the hell would Switzerland do geothermal if they're on a freaking mountain?
Wherever it is, we're going there, and I'm gonna call it Snake Land.
So you'd kill most of the planet. You would hope that the world we live in,
Mhm.
that is severely divided, where people are constantly upset at each other,
Yes.
will somehow unite.
Yep.
And
Under me, under a god. Snake
You're no god.
God.
You
I will
ruined-
be. That's why I'm gonna kill you. You just answered it for me.
Yeah, I'd rather die.
Every day someone
Yeah.
gets on my list.
I'd be glad if Jackson did have those snake powers and this was his plan. I'd be fine with being one of the first to die.
If anyone stayed with me, they could be generals. But I'd probably end up killing you because I wouldn't trust you.
I think we also thought this out through. Of all the people who are our friends, no one would follow you except maybe Caleb, which you guys don't know,
Yeah, he's a loose cannon.
and Eli as a joke for a bit, and then he just wouldn't.
Well, I'd kill him. It's not a hard concept. If they're good to me, I keep them around. If I'm feeling particularly paranoid one day, I kill them.
You sound like the worst person.
He sounds like Hitler.
I'll be the only person.
Ooh,
Yeah.
almost like he is.
Yeah, it's almost like Jackson's Hitler.
You know,
It's
Hitler won't
almost like-
exist in my world.
I mean,
Yeah,
Hitler
'cause
doesn't
you'll be
exist.
Hitler.
I'll
Also,
expunge the record.
Hitler doesn't exist right now.
Yeah. Well, if you're a conspiracy theorist, he does in Cuba.
Okay, it's Argentina.
Yeah, it is Argentina.
And Cuba.
Is it
He
Cuba?
travels.
Hitler just
He's still
traveled.
just trying to live his life, man. Come
Yeah.
on.
No, I'd be better. We're both we both have really evil powers. It's
It's-
just you would, I guess, put them to a better use, whereas I'd
Oh,
be
that's
awesome.
such a By
Well,
kill.
And he just has better like rules on himself. You're like, oh, I can turn the sun.
I'm not the one who gives me the power. The gods give me the power.
Okay, but right now you.
But also, you're the one who
Yeah.
created. I created the fight
Yeah.
power, and then I made it.
What limitations would you put on it?
You should have a range.
Definitely have a range. You should not be able
Okay,
to.
fine. Well,
If you
how
say to
much
the
can a
sun,
human
that
person
would-
see? No, the sun has to happen.
No.
That is integral to
No.
Snake Lord.
No, that's the entire reason we don't agree
Well, one
with
thing
your power.
is that whatever I turn, I've been juggling with some ideas. Either whatever I turn into a snake turns into an equivalent mass of that in many snakes, or just one big snake of that mass of the thing that was turned. So, like, if I were to turn like a building, it would be a massive snake that could probably land on me and crush me. You know?
We could be so lucky.
Yeah.
Hey,
I still say Dwayne the Rock Johnson as a snake would kill you.
I hope.
no,
What a way to
Yes.
go.
Dwayne, the hiss, snakes in. I'd keep him as a pet,
Be one big.
or I'd keep him as a human pet.
I don't feel like he'd go for.
No, I don't think he'd go for
Oh,
it
he'd
either.
have to, or I'd kill all his family. Does he have a family?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Not for long.
He has like 3 daughters or something.
Yeah, more like 0 daughters.
Okay.
So let's just point out the fact that you kill so many innocent people. again.
Well, innocent is a loose term. If they're trying to rebel against me, I'd say they're guilty.
I told you no, and you said you'd kill me and my family.
Yeah, guilty.
My
Guilty.
family had nothing
By
to do with.
association. And eventually they would wish harm against me because I killed their son.
I'm starting to think that I actually hate you.
Well, that puts a wedge in things.
Yeah. So how long have you guys been together?
A long time. And if you can't learn to accept me for this, then
I don't think anyone can accept you for
Yeah,
this.
I feel like I'm in the right for not accepting you.
well, Edgar puts people in a room where they have to kill each other with their bare hands, like just rip each other apart.
I'm not.
That's so.
I'm not saying
awful.
mine's great. No, I said this is like
Yeah.
the worst superpower to give to any human being, the ability to send two people in to die.
It's the intention. You're being dictator, like absolute ruler.
I have
monarch,
to. It's the only
and
way.
that sucks.
Absolute. With great
Okay.
power comes
Great tyranny.
great power.
Great tyranny.
Yeah.
No, also, here's the thing, man. You could have just be like, yo, scientist dudes, I have this ability to turn things into
They
snakes.
dissect me.
I mean,
Everyone's against you when you have snake powers.
you don't
Did
know
learn
that.
movies.
No, it would happen.
How
Okay,
do you know that?
if the police
Movies?
figured out, the government figures out, they'll want to take me in and like do things. You know the government in movies. But movies are basically real life.
Oof.
Okay, the government would do
That's-
that though,
It's
right?
from Monty Python, man.
The government
Real
wouldn't want
history.
me out there because I'd be a threat. So they'd either kill me or like do some weird test or something. So I'd have to get something done
Here's
before
the
they
thing.
can.
The only way the government would know about you, it's like, there's been a lot of disappearing people and a lot of snakes popping up in Wichita.
Yeah.
A lot of random snakes.
Yeah, like huge snakes. If I do buildings, but
Why would you do buildings?
Why would you do?
just for fun.
Why would?
Once I've killed like majority of the world with the sun's, thing, I might as well start turning.
Okay,
buildings.
you said put limitations on you.
No,
I
but it
agree
is
with
fair.
Anna. No, how is being able? Okay, no, give me a second.
because
Your range is probably the most ridiculous part of all of this.
No,
yeah,
no, it
I
isn't.
agree with that.
because I can see it. If I can't see it, you can only see so many things with a human eyes.
A human eye.
A human eyes.
So you're saying you'd be able, your range would be almost 100 million miles.
Yeah. Yes.
No, that's not.
Well, the range is what I can see. That's not even.
There should be a cap on that.
No.
Yeah.
You're lucky I can't turn like air particles into mini snakes. You're lucky about that. I limited this. This could have been so much more powerful.
You limited by saying it's like, look, I could cause complete atomic annihilation of the universe,
and I would.
or I could just completely destroy
That's
the
whole
solar
thing.
system.
You're just upset that I killed you guys and made the Earth a barren wasteland.
I mean, I think it's an okay thing to be upset
Nah.
about.
Yeah, that's a pretty chill thing to be upset at.
Well,
You would kill
better
so-
power. That's all I'm saying. Better.
No, okay. I'd say in terms of creativity, mine's the better power.
I don't think so.
I mean,
It's
you're-
pretty creative.
Yeah, yours is just I turn people into snakes.
That's cool.
Edgar's is creative.
It's very creative.
Jackson, yours is something a kindergartner would come up with.
But
But
that's
it's unique.
yeah.
That's the best description I've heard for this.
No.
Ever.
Kindergartners have great imagination.
Oh, turn people into snakes.
Okay, it's kind of exactly how it went.
Pretty much. How did this conversation really start?
I was
up
laying
anyway?
in bed and I thought, what if I woke up? I was not asleep thinking this. That'd be awesome.
I would hope not, because I think me and Ryan were also in the room talking to you.
Yep. I said, what if I woke up and I could turn people into snakes by looking at them?
And then both me and Ryan turned on you, and then you said you would kill us, and then
Well,
we
yeah,
turned
got-
on you
no,
even
I asked
more.
you, I said,
And then we
would
formed
you
the Super
worship
Snake
me?
Bros.
No, you'd be the super dead bros.
No, Super Snake Bros.
I don't. My favorite part, not my favorite, but one of my favorites is that after I kill you, and majority of people, I'm gonna wear them as a big snake necklace
Oh
around my
my
neck.
God.
Oh,
yeah,
have you
of
not
dead
heard this
snakes
part?
with snap necks?
Yeah, no, he would just wear me and Ryan
Oh, yeah.
as a necklace.
As a
What
necklace.
about me? Would I be on your necklace?
Yeah, you could. No, you're my pet. Remember?
I'm not your pet.
You
I
said
keep
you would
you
kill
alive.
her.
I'd rather
No,
die.
you
Oh, okay.
also, like about 10 minutes ago, you said you would
Easy.
kill her.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'll kill her. I mean,
But
it doesn't really matter to
on
me.
your necklace.
Like, you all matter to me now, but once I get snake lord powers, it's like I have a greater responsibility.
No, I know you. You wouldn't be able to.
No, you'd be just as irresponsible.
You'd be just like this. You'd be like, oh, I can't hurt anything. I save flies' lives.
Flies deserve to live.
You'd be such a wuss. You'd be like, I could kill everything. You'd turn someone into be a snake and be like, oh my god, oh my god. Ah! You'd have a mini panic attack the moment you turned something into a snake.
You could have turned a rock into a snake and you would freak out.
Which is
You'd be like, oh no, the rock. I'm so sorry.
you turn a fly and then just like that'd be it for you.
It's probably true. But
So your entire thing of I'll kill the planet essentially boils down to you going outside and then just crying because
well, okay, quit poking holes in my plan. Okay? I've thought about this a long time.
you thought of this a long time in an alternate dimension where you had the guts to kill people.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Well, then it'll either go one of two ways. You can live knowing that.
So it'd either go with you destroy the planet,
Oh, yeah.
or you figure out you have snake powers, but you're too much of a coward to use them.
That's probably more lifelike.
That's
Yeah.
probably what's going to end up happening. So
But
the
who
government
knows?
would never find out about you because
True.
you're too terrified to turn anything into a snake.
I don't like killing things.
You would do what I first suggested, which is you'd get a rock, you'd turn it into a snake, and keep it as a pet.
Yes.
And that would be the extent of it.
Mhm.
That is realistically how you'd use your snake powers.
But I'd tell people, and then you guys would turn on me.
No, I
No,
you'd
we
turn
said
me
we'd
in.
turn on you the moment you tried to kill
You guys
us.
couldn't keep
Yeah.
a secret.
When you started killing people, that's when we'd turn on you.
You know, because before you brought up the entire thing of Edgar, would you worship me? It's like, turning people into snakes would be a cool power. And then you're just like, when I told you no, your immediate response, not a second later, was, I'd kill you.
Yeah, why would you not worship me?
I don't know.
A few reasons.
Yeah, a couple of
Huh.
reasons.
I'd be the most powerful being.
No, you wouldn't. You'd be
Would.
too much of a coward to do anything.
Well, so would you. You think you're gonna just Whoa, hold up.
Yeah, I know. I was
You
going to
like, I'm
help
just
you
gonna
and
walk
just
into
forget
an
about it.
ISIS meeting. What is that even? They don't just like meet up at like the local school and they're like,
You don't
hey
know what ISIS
guys,
The basement of the Methodist church.
I feel like that's the last place I would hold a
thank
meeting.
you, Sally, for bringing cookies. Those were really nice.
I feel like ISIS would also not approve of the cookies.
The annual ISIS potluck is this Saturday.
Welcome our new member, Charlie.
Sophie, you just
and then you're
gloss
just
over
in
this,
the back. Fight. And then they all just poof,
and then just one person just comes back out.
just covered in
It's
blood.
Charlie.
No, they're not even covered in blood. Like in there, they'd be covered in blood. They come back out just as they were originally.
With a lot more PTSD.
Oh,
yeah.
man. They'd be miserable.
I think what is it? We talked about this like back when the fight power was originally made. That I could like traumatize someone.
I mean, you would.
No, by like continuously just sending them back in there.
Oh,
Oh,
God, that's
God.
awful.
You bring up a great point. The only way I would know that my fight powers even exist is the fact that there are many an occasion where I just say fight, fight, fight because I feel like being an instigator. And the moment I say that and someone just disappears in front of me, I just don't know what I do.
Yeah,
That'd be
that
really
sucks because usually you say fight, fight, fight to me and Jackson.
I mean,
Yeah.
usually that's because you start punching Jackson. I just want you to suplex him.
Do you have to? Do you have to think? Do you have to think
I want
about
that
who you want to go? Like, do you
Yes.
have to?
Yeah, I thought you said you couldn't do it on accident. You had to mean it.
Well,
'Cause,
yeah,
like,
I'd
what
have
if
to
you
mean
said
it.
and you hear it. So would you go?
I'd have
So
to
what if you
intention-
want
I'd
yourself
have
to
to want myself to go. in
Okay,
it.
so you
No.
have to want people to.
Yeah, but the thing is, whenever I just say fight, fight, fight right now, that's usually because I want to instigate something stupid to happen. So I'm usually considering it's like, oh, maybe they'll actually do some stupid fight.
Oh wow.
Well, has it ever worked for you, Edgar?
No, it hasn't, except for that one day we played squash and Jackson got really upset.
That wasn't a fight.
That'll be podcast number 2.
I was
That'll-
just sweaty and
that'll be-
screaming.
That is a topic for another day. That is
Oh,
that is one of my proudest moments as being someone who's semi decent at manipulating people.
Okay, I was tired.
This will definitely be explained in podcast.
And I wasn't paying attention.
Well, we could not. I mean,
Jackson's.
He's just gonna get upset again.
We could not talk about it. We can decide whether or not to talk about it. Just brief description. We all went to play squash one day. We don't really know how to play squash. But I convinced Anna that Jackson was not winning a round of squash. That he very much was winning.
I very much.
That he then won. Me being the only person knowing what was actually happening, besides Ryan, who just was not speaking because he did not want to get involved. Anna had no idea what was happening.
I really didn't know.
I did know what was happening. I just chose not to tell people what was happening. And Jackson was just upset because he thought he knew what was happening. He actually really knew what was happening. And everyone just told him no.
I was like screaming in a public gym.
You were screaming, red, and sweaty.
People were walking by and they're like, "What?"
That is one of my favorite things besides the fact that I convinced you were 16. Don't you just love me?
I don't actually. That's why you'd be a snake.
I'd be a snake because of those 2 incidents I put on you.
Yep, and many more.
Okay. Well, I think that was good for podcast number 1 of
It was plenty.
podcast version 2. I mean, we've been in here for maybe an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you have like a fancy outro?
Not really.
Well, you got to come up with one right now.
I mean, you put me on the spot and I hate it. Well, thanks for listening to this horrible, horrible train wreck. If anyone actually watches this, comment who would actually has the better power, Snake or Fight power. I don't really know. No, it's definitely Fight.
I think I have the best power.
What is your power?
I'm just me.
Okay.
Okay. Anna's got the power of individuality.
Wow.
And red hair.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, thank you for listening to this utter train wreck of a podcast. If you feel like subscribing to this channel that has 6 videos on it, why not? That'd be really helpful for some reason. Hopefully these will be consistent.
Yeah, Edgar uploads very well.
Okay. Caveat, Not Worth Productions has been around since spring of 2016? Yeah. And I've uploaded 6 videos. 3 of them all happened in one day. 2 of them happened on another day. And then one of them happened 3 months later because we don't really do that much stuff. And then we filmed us going to Branson. And that's 100 video files that I don't want to look through because it's so much footage.
TLDR, Edgar's lazy.
Also, yeah, I'm lazy and school sucks. Because Calc 2 is a nightmare. Yes. It is a nightmare. And also, there's I still have to put the original version of the Not Worth podcast, which will hopefully go up before this. But I also don't want to look at that one because it's just really sad and pathetic to see us
it is
playing a board game.
Never put that up.
I've got to put it up for this being Not Worth
please
podcast
don't.
version 2 to make sense.
We'll just say this is Not Worth podcast version 1.
That's what I'm going to put. I'm going to title it My Greatest Shame.
I like that.
So, yeah, please subscribe if you want to for whatever the hell reason. I don't know. Do all the other YouTube things. Hopefully, there will be a video that comes out a week after this of the second podcast. And, yeah, you can't find Jackson anywhere on the internet because he doesn't do social media. Unless you want to follow him on Pinterest for whatever reason.
Follow me on Pinterest. Follow me on Pinterest.
Only follow him on Pinterest if you're a porn bot, though. He really likes those.
I have a lot of porn bot followers. Fake. But please follow me on Pinterest. Even though I don't think anyone does that.
I don't know.
I don't even know my name. But whatever.
I have a Twitter. I don't do anything on it. I'll probably put it on the screen. Please don't follow me. I don't do anything. And yeah, thank you.
I have a Twitter.
Anna has a Twitter.
That's the only thing I'm actually active in.
Okay. Thank you for listening. Go home.
They are home.
Go more home.